Tony, Slick, Gino, and Tin. Boys Night Out. Magic 89.9.
All right, welcome. Here we go. Might as well start this off. We have our friends from BMX. Time now is 9:04. We'd like to say
Isa lang siya, so friend lang.
Oh, our friend. No, but we also have another friend that watches BMX
Oh, there you go.
a lot.
He's a stockholder.
Yes. So we have Jojo.
What's up? Good evening, guys. Good evening.
And we got Gino with us.
Hello.
Nice to have you back. It's been a while. Tagal mo nawala.
Talaga?
Yeah. Tagal na eh.
Namiss ka ni Tony, bale.
Yeah.
He was thinking about you.
kayo.
I have something. Man, I've seen the trailer of SOP. Grabe.
So what's this?
Ang ganda ng story.
What's this movie all about?
Tungkol siya sa 80s vibes siya. So,
Hindi pa boy si Tony
nung
noon.
time na yun, hindi pa uso yung
Internet.
Yung internet, yung smartphone.
Ay, ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kagabi, Jojo.
Literal na telephone lang siya. Yung umiikot-ikot pa yung mga numbers.
Rotary,
Yeah, ganun. So,
tapos?
Tapos umiikot yung kwento kasi mga call center kami doon. So, ang work namin doon is kailangan namin bigyan ng ano ba tawag doon? Yung mga tumatawag sa amin, kailangan namin silang paligayahin. True.
Landline.
Yung puro voice lang.
Yeah.
Na parang puro dirty talks.
SOP.
Dirty talk.
Magaling si Jojo sa
Yeah, SOP.
Sample.
Di ba kagabi, sinampulan ako. Sampulan mo si Sheena.
Go.
Hi, Sheena.
Hi, sir. Ano bang gusto niyong gawin natin ngayon?
Paligayahin mo lang ako ngayong gabi. Gusto ko
Yes.
lang malaman mo na you're so sexy. Your voice is so angelic.
Anong gusto mong una nating unahin?
Ano bang damit mo ngayong gabi?
Ang damit ko ngayon ay jumpsuit, nakita ang cleavage. Tapos,
Jojo just froze.
Jojo, okay ka pa?
I just frozen. Imagine ko kasi...
It's like, stop.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'm not gonna
Okay
do
ka pa,
anything.
Jo?
Ano bang asset mo? You have your big boobs? Or
Oh my
you
God.
have- You
my
have
asset is my boobs and butt.
sarap. Ano bang kulay ng panty mo ngayon?
Ang kulay ng panty ko ngayon ay color blue.
Damn, panty agad, Jo.
Favorite sex position mo?
Damn, Jojo. Aggressive.
Doggy.
Ikaw ba, Jo? Ano daw yung sa'yo?
What's your favorite?
69.
Oh my God.
And 88. I eat you, you eat me. 88.
Ang pala yung tawag ko.
Yeah. I love that.
Okay, enough of you,
Tama na,
Jojo.
Jo!
Enough of
But
Jojo.
grabe si Sheena.
Baka may mga nagdi-dinner pa.
See, right after that, direct took the camera right off you. Okay, Sheena, who's your character here?
My character is Wendy. Ako dito si Wendy. Katrabaho ko dito si Angela Morena, yung lead namin dito. Ang bali tatlo kami ditong lead si Sarah Laksamana. Pero si Sarah, villain siya dito.
Oh.
So siya yung magiging caller na medyo weird, na may pagka, psycho. Ganun.
Psycho.
Parang si Jojo rin pala.
Parang,
Doon iikot yung movie kung bakit at ano ang mangyayari sa aming dalawa ni Angela. Ang magiging worst scenario.
okay, let's see the trailer because Tony's seen it, so I know Direct has the trailer ready.
Ikaw ba ay nag-iisa? Nalulungkot at walang makausap?
Sa pinagdadasal nating magkasama, hindi na ako masaya.
Teka nga, ano nga ba pinagkakabalahan mo at yun nga lang hindi mo pa magawa?
Ano bang pinagmamalaki mo?
Ayoko nga makipag-sex sa'yo, di ba?
Putang!
Okay!
Galing mo kanina. Happy wife ka siguro, no? Welcome to your fantasy phone hotline. Anong gagawin natin, sir?
You will be assigned one work cubicle each.
May trabaho na ako.
Walang Diyo. Totoo nga. Mukhang big time sa trabaho mo Ano bang ginagawa mo dun? Yapang mo Pinamumukha mo sa akin ikaw nagtatrabaho? Kami karapatan ka ng bungaan ako at malitin ako na ganyan, ha?
Pablo, hindi kita minamaliit.
O, di ba ka na lang? Bakit ka umiiyak?
Ako na nga nagtatrabaho. Ako pang masama.
Hayaan mo muna ako magsalita, Amanda.
Makinig ka lang. Hindi kita iiwan, Amanda.
Asawa ko pa rin siya.
Look.
Hindi naman nila ilalabas sa totoong buhay ang laman ng pantasya nila, di ba? Wala silang magagawa sa'yo. Makisakay ka lang. Sayang din ang pera.
Masabi mo, Jo.
Ganda
Well,
trailer.
What do you think? What do you think it...
Kasi it's about affair with the phone and the sex. Sarap. Ano ba ang pinaka-unforgettable experience mo sa...
An affair with the phone and the sex?
Ang unforgettable ko dito yung nasa cubicle kami ni Angela. Tapos, grabe yung yung feeling niya na parang nagka-come talaga siya.
Oh!
Okay ba yun sa'yo, Jo?
Jo,
Yeah.
what's your imagination? How do you think you reach the big O?
Siguro,
Paano?
the dog position siguro. And then, yun yung pinaka... And then also yung...
How would you sound, bro?
Oh, sige.
Just like that. Just like... parang may sounds. Ikaw ba?
Parang, Jo, hindi ako convinced. Kailangan mo i-internalize.
dapat-
Parang, minadali mo, tapos di mo inisip. Nakakahiya, may actress sa tabi mo.
Yeah, pero-
Ayusin mo.
Go. Feel the role.
If you're with
Close your
Sheena
eyes. Sige.
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Sheena.
Tapos Sheena's
Yeah.
talking to you. Tapos you're about to reach your big O. Go.
Sige pa, Sheena. Sige pa. Kasi Snake, I'm not the noisy one in bed.
You're quiet.
You're not the
Quiet.
noisy
Pero
one.
parang...
Do you like them loud or quiet,
quiet,
Sheena? Ikaw?
Mm,
Anong
In
prefer
real
mo?
life.
in real life kasi, mas gusto ko yung may konting conversation talaga.
Dirty talk.
Dirty talks.
Kaya mo yon? Kaya mo mag-dirty talk?
Minumura ka, I guess I'm ganyan.
Ay, hindi naman. Hindi naman.
Yung siguro dinidescribe ko ano yung ginagawa. Yung
yung
mga
parang-
ganun.
Vocal,
Ako na-
vocal.
Ano masarap pa? Gusto mo.
Ayun, yung masarap.
Di ba communication importante yun,
Oo.
Jo? Para malaman mo kung okay ba yung ginagawa mo or gusto mo.
Gusto mo ba to? Tapos yung...
Oh, eto.
Ito, yan.
Jumbo hotdog.
Yung mga ganun. Pero actually, kaya maganda yung story kasi nung time na yun, wala pang smartphone. So, yung mga tao, paano nila gagawin yung
Imagination.
So the art of talking.
Dapat creative ka eh. Have you tried sex talk or
Hindi ko pa
Hindi ko pa
na-try
na.
sex on
ano ba number mo para
Oh my God.
practice natin mama?
Mamayang gabi.
Mamaya.
Oh, Jo,
Kaya gawin
Nakakaloka.
text mo siya tapos
Ano bang number mo?
three-way tayo.
Smooth. Seryoso ka? Three-way kayo ni Jojo?
Three-way. Oh,
Final answer? Three-way kayo ni Jojo?
chat group tayo. Di ba? Call each other.
Tawagan lang, parang party line.
Mauna ako ha. Ako mauna. Tapos ikaw sa huli.
Sige, pwede naman.
Oo, pwede rin.
Okay lang.
Para maiba naman.
Oo.
Para thrill.
Kakaiba talaga si Jojo.
Oo. Ano bang favorite mo sa Sanggayon? May mga type ka ba?
Wala naman. As long as na kukumit niya yung gusto ko, yung meron kaming chemistry. Kasi pag wala, so walang kwenta.
Sa tingin mo may chemistry?
Pwede ba?
Friend, short term or long term? Sa tingin mo? Friend. Ako rin, friend lang.
Slick.
Friend.
Di pwede si Slick may asawa. Friend lang din. Yan. Si Tony.
Si Tony,
Pang short time, pang long time.
pang long time.
Pang long, agree.
Pang romansa.
Kasi mayaman to.
Oo, mayaman.
Sobrang
Long
yaman.
time siya.
Malaki pa.
Oo, parang ko
Dax pa.
nararamdaman.
Have you heard anything about Tony? Parang si Sheena knows something.
May alam ka ba?
Wala, pero nararamdaman ko.
Yung aura niya, parang feeling mo.
Gusto mo
BDE.
Oo naman, syempre naman.
Sorry, Jo.
Okay. Maliit lang
You
ako
can say no sa ducks.
That is true.
Yeah.
But Gina, why don't you invite our listeners to catch the movie?
Hello everyone! Nandito na naman ako upang invite kayo na panoorin ng Sex on Phone directed by Bobby Bonifacio. And then kasali ako doon. Siyempre, Sheena Yu, Angela Morena, Sarah Laksamana on June 27 only at VMX app.
Yeah. Do you want to say hi to anyone? Thanks to anyone?
Hi! Thank you! Bye-bye.
Any upcoming shows? Wala?
Meron yun, Ligaya. Pero wala pang date kung kailan.
Ang release. Kaya mo ba kung leading man mo si Jojo na sabi ni, let's say,
nasa damuhan
si
tayo.
Boss Vic. Sheena.
Parang hindi siya pwedeng pang leading man. Siguro re-rapin niya ako.
Grabe naman.
Pero hindi magiging leading.
Leading man. Parang, kumbaga nasa isang senaryo tayo, sa kagubatan tayo.
Tapos,
doon tayo.
asawa kita or boyfriend, gano'n?
Asawa
asawa kita.
Parang hindi siya bagay pang asawa.
Parang rapist nga, tama. Oo, bagay nga.
He's the one that jumps out.
Mukha ka daw.
Rapist.
Oo.
Mukhang ano?
Hindi naman siya mali, di ba?
Hindi naman.
Hindi siya mali.
Tama naman.
Yeah.
Parang
Parang cheater?
parang kakainin ka.
Kakainin ka talaga.
Walang katagal.
Nakainin mo ba siya dyan?
Kakainin ko. Bombo.
Pati puwet?
Pati. Lahat. Hindi naman si Sheena is like, I like you, that I F you, di ba?
It's like Jojo.
Okay na.
Jojo.
Tigil na natin to.
I love it, Sheena.
Hey, but
Hindi
thanks,
siya
Gina.
papangala ng Jojo kung Jojo lang siya, di ba?
Jojo the Love Survivor.
Pero maliit lang ang kan ko eh. Ba't si Tony malaki?
Marami ka namang ibang pwedeng gawin Dapat galingan mo sa iba.
Sa
Diba?
foreplay.
Bawi
Sa
tayo.
foreplay,
Oo.
But thanks, Sheena.
Thank you.
Malay niya
so
na
much.
small but terrible siya.
Hindi.
Well, it could be
Actually,
both.
it might be
It might be,
terrible.
Small and terrible.
Small pa.
Feeling ko nga,
Thank you,
small
guys.
and
Thank you.
terrible.
Satcha sa SAT. Small and terrible.
Say small and terrible. Birthday.
Sheena, how can they follow you?
Follow niyo ako guys sa Instagram ko.
Okay.
Ang username ko is Sheena Verjosa. Tapos sa Facebook page, Sheena Yu. SHIENAYU.
Yan. Hey, thanks.
Okay lang ba, Sheen, na itong mga movies mo ang ginagawa, okay lang sa partner mo?
Wala naman akong boyfriend.
Wow, Tones. Ayos Ayos
Para malaman ko.
Seamless.
Meron mo wala.
Galing. Seamless.
I'm so single.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
ready to-
Not just single, but so
single. Masabi ka ba doon, Jo? So single.
Pwede.
Ikaw, Jo.
Are you single?
I'm single.
Are you sure?
Yeah, single naman.
Are you sure?
Nagbabumble pa
Sure na
naman.
sure. Ay, talaga.
Ikaw ba,
Bumble.
nagbabumble?
Hindi ko, gusto ko nga i-try, pero kasi sinasabi sa akin ng mga friends ko, okay daw yung
Si Tony nasa Bombo.
I'm there, but I'm not active, but I'm there. Are you on there?
Hindi pa.
Plano pa lang.
Parang nagpaplano. Kasi niyayaya ako ng friends ko na mag-gano daw ako. Kasi may na-meet siyang guy.
Okay naman.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you miss dating or?
Oo, miss ka na.
Kailan ka last nag-date? Yung date lang.
Date lang. Parang, yung tagal na rin.
Tagal na?
1 year ago.
Last year pa? Ganon? Tapos yung last relationship mo? Kailan?
Last year din.
Last year din. Yung dessert. Kailan last?
Yung dessert.
Kailan last dessert mo?
Oh.
Secret.
Ikaw ba, Tony?
Hindi
Ikaw,
yan
Tony?
last year.
Kailan last dessert mo,
100 plus
Tones?
days.
Oh, it's 100 more than 100 150.
Oh, oy?
100 more than 150.
150 years.
Days.
More.
Pwede din. Years.
More. Kaong. I'm ready to.
Mas okay na kaong kay Jojo, wala na lumalabas, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Araw-araw.
Bakit wala?
Hindi, nag-Viva Max ako eh. Palagi ko nanonood ng Viva Max eh. Kaya...
Ubus na.
Ubus
Kaya
na.
pala.
Subscriber kasi ko ng Viva Max.
Grabe
Thank
mag-overshare
you.
si Jojo.
Kung hindi dahil sa inyo, wala kami dito.
Uy, wag ka mag-thank you dyan. Libre yung subscription.
Ay, libre.
Sa buti.
Voucher yan ah.
Voucher, sa buti.
Naka-voucher ba?
Naka-voucher ako.
Huwagin mo yung thank you, Machina.
Kumakain yan sa
A
Bote
voucher.
Buti.
Sa bote, kaya
Tapos dessert, paper moon.
Every week yan,
7
voted you,
days.
voted you.
Kaya pala.
Pero pinapanood ko yan. Okay, Boss Big doon sa Boss Big.
Wow.
Si
Hi,
Boy
O kaya
Voucher.
na nakikinig si Boss Vic. Baka gusto mo ang audition mo na to. Oh.
Boss Big, kung nakikinig ka, pwede mong bigyan chance, di ba? Kami ni Sheena, di ba?
Oh, nadamay pa si Sheena.
One movie lang. Parang Scorpio Nights 3. Ganun.
Wow.
Ganun na.
Ikaw yung leading man ni Sheena, gusto mo?
Parang role ko, professor
Hindi,
ko sa
siya yung...
Professor.
Meron na kagad siya.
Pagpagtasa na yun sa'yo, girl.
You know what?
Ikaw yung estudyante.
Just keep dreaming, bro.
Na baldado. Tapos bulag.
Gago. Gago ka to.
It's Scorpio.
Yes.
Yeah, but thank you, Sheena.
Thank you,
Thanks, Sheena.
guys. Ang saya talaga dito. No?
Masaya.
Kahit katangahan, saya pa rin.
Masaya.
Kahit nandito si Jojo.
Feeling ko si Jojo can't look into her eyes.
I think,
ganda
I think,
ni Sheena.
Hindi, ang ganda talaga
Ang
niya.
ganda.
I think if you stay here,
Beautiful.
Sheena, till 12, may love ka kay Joe. For sure.
Feeling ko hindi.
Mabubuisit lang.
You know, feeling
Grabe
ko,
ka naman,
by
Greg.
9:30 she'll leave.
10 minutes na lang, hindi na kaya.
She's like, bye. Thanks, guys.
Ay, nako!
Thanks, Sheena.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Sheena. Go ahead, watch your movie, guys. At huwag kayong parang Jojo, huwag kayong umasa sa voucher. Subscribe kayo.
Viva Max.
Oh.
VMX.
All right. Thank you, Sheena. Thanks for stopping by.
Don't go yet.
Picture pa tayo. Amo yung panito ng kilikili.
Oh, yeah.
Kasi, look, what she's wearing.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Sexy.
Oh, she's about to take it off for
Oh,
tonight.
Oh, you're taking it off? Wow.
Hindi ako ready. Wait lang.
Wow.
Are you gonna smell your kilikili, Tons?
Hindi lang kilikili.
I might as well, right?
I might as well. Ikaw, Jo.
Oh, sige. Kahit
wow.
amuyin niya.
Jojo, no.
No,
You're gonna
Stony
ruin
lang.
the shot.
Ayan.
You're gonna ruin our content.
More of Boys Night Out in a bit for Magic 89.9.
Tony, Slick, Gino, and Tin. Boys Night Out. Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, Magic 89.9. Yeah, man.
They're listening and watching.
Surround. 9:42 on the clock. The boys are out tonight on a What's Good Wednesday. My name is Slick Rick.
This is Tony.
My name is Ten Gumba.
Jojo Love Survivor.
I love Survivor. You got the slang bang going on, bruh.
Yeah.
Inspired? Are you having a good day so far?
Good day so far. Wala. The traffic is not so crazy today.
Not
It's
so
not?
crazy?
It's not?
And that's crazy.
It's not?
Papunta ako dito.
Why'd you ask me? Why would you ask
Oh
me?
yeah, you keep
It
from
was
Panay.
crazy.
Yes, it was crazy.
Ask me how was my night.
How's your day, Tones?
Oh, my...
Happy siya.
Happy siya.
Limit niya yung kapatid niya na Dennis Padilla.
Ganda. Nice. Good job.
First thing Tony tells me.
listening, you F bitch.
He got excited.
Listening, you...
Hi. Thanks for
Hello.
listening.
They're on their way
Sister
back.
of Dennis.
I want to thank the people of Solomon.
Salmon, yeah.
Salomon.
Salmon. Alam mo?
Not salmon.
Ano ba
Salomon.
Salmon o Salomon?
Salomon.
Salomon,
This guy.
Listening. What'd you say?
Ay, akala ko I pronounce that Salmon. Salomon pala.
Yun.
Salomon.
Kaya wala kang sapatos.
That's why Vico doesn't invite you.
Okay. Salomon pala.
Yun.
What is Salomon, Tones?
I guess they have if you are into off-road or trekking, hiking, it's one of the better brands. Obviously, very fashionable, very stylish,
Easy to wear.
and super comfortable. So I've been in this since 5 a.m.
Wow.
We got home. What time did we get home? 3.
1 a.m.
Well, you won. You left early.
Yeah.
And I realized that I had a 7 a.m. call time. And my plus one was supposed to be Tin Gamboa.
I couldn't come. I had
Tin
work.
Gamboa said,
I was waiting for your stories because I knew that you guys were going. Because I told Vico that me and Doc we had something today. And I was like, oh, okay, Tin and Tony are going. So I was waiting for your stories.
I told him, when was it? The other day that I couldn't make it because I had work.
yeah, but I texted you. You said, yes, I'll see you. Remember?
No, Tones.
I texted you like I have it. I have it. Because that's the only reason why I said I'll go. If Tin is going to go, and Amico, yeah, she's going. I confirm. So I was like, oh yeah, just, I mean, I'll move
Ano,
everything.
Tones, nagsisisi ka ba na pumunta ka?
Of course not.
Oh, see?
The ratio was like
You're
hell.
welcome.
The ratio was like mad hell.
Imagine if I was there, I would have taken up some of your time. You wouldn't have been able to talk to the chicas.
No, I might have left you at the meeting point.
How horrible.
That is true.
I might have
What a
left
horrible co-worker you are.
you. Huh? I'm just being honest. Honesty is the best policy.
Sabagay. I don't doubt
So we
that.
left around 8 a.m. Made our way to Tanay. I didn't know Tanay is that big.
Di ba nanood ka pa na overtone kagabi?
Yeah, we
Oh
watched.
yeah, 12 Monkeys.
What time did you get home?
Don't ask.
Ano oras ka umuwi?
Ako, I left 1.
And then I went
Siya
PS.
naiwan siya.
Ah.
Sino kasama niya naiwan?
Wala.
Okay.
Kumain lang ng bangus.
Bangus.
Bangsilog.
Wala akong kasama.
Okay.
Kasi matinik kayo. Ikaw yung matinik. Joke.
So,
Iba.
you made it to call time.
I was one of the first. You know me. Pag work eh. Shit.
Serious.
What time was call? 7?
Never late.
I used to go clubbing and go to CNN. I used to go clubbing and then do runner speak. I used to do.
So this was nothing.
This was
chill.
Like another day.
this is
Chill. Another day at
nothing.
the office.
Yeah, I have to give it up there for Tony is because when we had that whole CNN thing, I would always be the first one to arrive, but then Tony would maybe like 5-10 minutes after I arrive, he'd come.
Tapos, si Sam,
Oh, he's
Where are you, bro?
Bago.
where are you, bro?
He's still sleeping.
Because the studio is so close to his
Oo
house.
nga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd be like 45 minutes late. And everyone's just waiting. They're like, are we going to start? Tapos everyone's like, where does he live? Tapos me and Tony like,
Right there.
Over the
Like
bridge.
across.
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah.
talaga?
Sam, I miss you.
When it's work, I'm you can count on me. If I say I'm
okay.
gonna go,
Punta ka talaga. See,
yeah.
okay, you get there 7:30? 7? What time?
yeah, 7:30.
Okay, and then?
Meeting place, and we left around 8:15. Made our way to Tanay, Rizal.
So, papunta doon, was it traffic or not so bad?
Not so bad.
Okay. What time did you get there?
Probably
Set the tone for us,
11:30,
Tones.
12.
Oh,
That was kind of,
haba.
yeah.
You left at 8:15 and then you got there almost noon?
Yeah.
That's long.
Oh, because I kind of got lost.
Yeah.
I left the.
You left the group?
I was with some friends.
So,
we
friends
were
that you
just-
met there.
No, I was just driving. They came along with me, and the conversation was so good. We didn't realize that there's no signal.
Yeah, there's no
Oh,
signal.
like
up there.
Tanay.
wala kayong ways.
Yeah.
No, there's no signal in Tanay. So even if you have Globe or Smart, you have no signal. So if it cuts out, Google Maps or Waze, which I was using Waze, we were just having a great conversation. I won't mention who. Anyways,
Tease.
anyways,
Such a tease.
we were going around in circles around the mountain.
So sila, dumating na sila. The rest of the group. What time did they get there?
They were there at 11.
Okay, so
And-
that's
and-
normal time, yeah.
And at 11:40, we were still going. And we're like, where the hell is it? And everyone's like, we don't have signal.
Oh.
They don't have signal.
So they were all, so hindi kayo
Wala.
walang tawagan.
But the guys from, believe it or not, they were so smart. The organizers are amazing. They brought Starlink and their trucks. And everyone had signal.
So when you got there, was everyone like, asa kayo galing?
About time. We can start now.
The Overland Kings.
Overland.
Those were the guys that set up they can
base.
set up it's not camping, it's glamping. At its
Glamping.
finest. They have like an espresso machine.
Espresso kasi. What espresso?
Espresso machine. Yo, they have that. They have this amazing cooler. It's a fridge that pops out from the truck. And
Was it your first time to go glamping?
yeah, I don't go glamping here. I've been glamping back home, but not here.
Okay.
Actually, I'm camping. I actually put up my own tent. I have it on
Your video.
on my account. It's like way back pandemic.
Okay.
I actually put up a tent.
You erected the tent?
Yeah.
By yourself.
Yeah. Well, there was 3 of us, but it was basically me putting it together, and then it was on time lapse. So it was pretty fun.
Okay.
And we stayed there for a week. Camping, not glamping. and it's totally different.
So where did
Yeah,
you poop?
you're
Did you have to
roughing it.
Did you make hukay to poop when you were camping?
Oh yeah, you have to, and there's bears. Like you literally have to have.
May bears dito?
Sa
No,
Canada.
no.
Akala ko dito. Okay.
Wala na dito, bears.
Okay.
There's no.
May kinala tayo.
Oh, man.
Yung kanina, may nakalawan ng bear, dalawa.
Bar.
No, but there it's glamping. And it's-
Yeah.
They had even tents on top of the trucks.
Yeah.
It's,
Of course, it's Salomon.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Plus, the thing is, with Overland Kings, they're really known for that. They're really good at what they've done, and I've seen them. They've done up Ford Raptor. I've seen they done up BYD Shark, and then also a Toyota, the Tamaraw.
I'll be posting all of the vehicles that came.
So they're good.
They brought. There was an LC. There was
Oh, was it yours?
No.
Okay. Ang galing ng Salomon to pick partnerships, no? It's always like
On
on
brand.
point.
Yeah.
And can we give a shout out to Sarsa
Oh,
for
delicious.
providing the food.
Always good food. When I saw that, I was like, oh man.
And for it was such a great event and those that you're planning on hiking or you want to hike, check them out, the Solomon. I think, Joe, you should get a pair.
Oo. Di ba I told you hindi nababasa yung paa mo? Oo.
Yeah.
Especially now with rainy season.
Kahit umulan doon na yan.
Rainy season, perfect.
Paano
Perfect.
sa mga yung mga maputik na lugar, pwede pa yan?
Yeah.
Oh, naman.
Look, did you see the traction on the shoes? Man.
Sobrang higpit.
Yeah.
Sobrang gusto mo yung ganun, di ba?
Mahigpit.
Oo. Hindi, di ba?
Oh.
Wait! We have a guest!
Yes.
Okay. Wait lang pala, guest.
Sino to?
Oh, ano?
Okay. Enjoy kayo.
Ganda ng shoes.
Enjoy si Tons!
Solomon.
Of course, let's say congratulations to Mr. Miko Abelio
Abelio.
and the
Miko.
rest of the Salomon team.
Miko. Man, this guy just came from the States.
Oo nga.
Dumiretso
Oo.
sa
Grabe.
Good job, Miko.
Thank you for not
Hardworking
joining
boy.
us up the hill.
He's the boss. He can do whatever he wants. He can invite you and then have you guys climb up the hill. You climb up the hill. But
We did climb up the hill. So thank you to Zoe, by the way, who accompanied me up the hill and did my shots and my photos and video, whatnot. I'll be posting everything that happened. Obviously, I didn't post anything on my IG stories.
Why not?
Oh,
I was waiting nga eh.
no.
Walang signal nga.
No, there's a Starlink, but I don't want to. I want to focus on the
Okay.
people around me.
Okay.
When I
Be in the
travel,
moment.
so you want to be there. Yeah.
everyone was on their. I want to talk to the people. The ratio was too good to pass up. Why be on your phone
Tama
when it's 30 to 3? There's 30 women and 3 dudes.
Sino yung other two dudes?
Photographer and
He's
a
like-
boyfriend of another.
He's like, I don't know.
So basically,
Solo.
pang dalawa lang kayo. Kasi the other guy was a boyfriend.
Actually, four other dudes, 4 or 5 other dudes. But
Okay.
they had girlfriends, so they don't count. The ex sila. They don't exist. It was the others. No, but we had a great time.
They
We
did
had a
great.
fabulous time.
Naka-tones, never
Congrats,
change.
guys.
It was
Never
a
change.
fabulous
FOMO
time.
ako, FOMO. Next time, Salomon, next time.
Oh, no, you're not invited. Ex ka na. Ex. Shit. Wala ka.
Cancel.
Na-blacklist ka.
Cancel ka na.
Ikaw yung may control ng guest list?
Ha? Oh. Sabi niya, she's ex. I go, yeah. Paano hosting lang siya? Host lang siya.
I had work, guys. Oh, nakakulot pa ako.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. So it is a Wednesday, and like we said, we have another guest. We have Coach Chappy Calyan.
Coach Chappy!
He's actually in the car right now, and he says that he's on the way here.
Oh, coach.
Oh, nice one! Where are you now, Dad?
I'm on the way there.
Asan ka now?
Hello, everyone. Narinig niyo ako?
Yes.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay.
Where are you
So,
exactly?
I'm near your alma mater, actually.
Oh my God, ang layo. Zabel? Zabel!
What you doing in Alabang?
Oh, shucks. I thought you were in the Taft.
Yes. Taft,
Yeah.
yes.
Taft, yeah. So I'm on my way there, guys. I'll be there as soon as I can. But I am
Okay.
here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, this is even better. You know, Zoom works. But we wanted to invite you on the show since we want to talk about nutrition. Also,
Working out.
yeah, the importance of
Stretching.
mobility,
Stretching.
strengthening. Why is strengthening so important? And how come a lot of people are actually looking for a strengthening or a performance weight? What is it? Is it called weightlifting, or what are the other names for strength training?
Well, the blanket term is really resistance training.
Okay.
So working with any kind of resistance, whether that be body weight or an external weight, which is what you get from weightlifting, or your dumbbells and kettlebells, stuff like that. Yeah. Pero before that, first lesson lang muna. Yung salmon, sapatos yan, Jo.
Hindi siya fish.
Yung fish, akala mo salmon.
Yung salmon, yun yung healthy na fish. Okay?
Nainis si Coach.
May omega-3 yun. Oo.
He just wanted to jab lang.
Hindi niya kinaya.
Medyo kailangan lang. Baka magkamali.
Kailangan natin linawin.
Just in case.
Para sa taong bayan. Ano sabi ni Waze, Dad? Ano oras ka darating dito?
I'll be there in 20 minutes or less.
Okay. Mag-drive ka na lang kaya muna.
Yeah,
para
go
safe.
drive.
You'll be here in 20 minutes anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sige.
Yeah, because we don't want to get in trouble.
Oo nga eh. Okay.
Baka you might get caught on cam.
Okay.
Si Bits is holding the camera.
Okay. Still. Hi, Mom!
Hey, Bits.
Hey.
See you guys.
Okay, see you in 20.
See you na, Bits.
Kung gusto mo mahal kitain muna.
Pansin mo lang.
Sagot ko, just
Lagpas na, sir. Lagpas na.
basta. Ay, nako.
Just say daw, Tony, libre na.
Oh, may lumpia.
May pansit niya.
May Shanghai.
May lumpia.
May Shanghai.
Okay, Dad, ingat kayo. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Coach.
Okay,
Half
nice.
chicken po.
He'll be here in person. So if you guys have questions on playback.tv/magic899, you guys can send them in over there. Or when Coach Chappie gets here, you can also call us up 8631-0899.
Before we start,
give me the
I want
scam.
to talk about this scam alert. One of our good friends who's pretty well known in the production side, whether it's producing or directing movies or TV shows, she basically got a scam alert, and many of us will also get the same call. I know texts have been prevalent, but she actually got a call and was so convinced that this was for real. And I'll have Tin, may you do the honors of reading.
Okay, so I won't say your name na lang. No?
No.
Okay.
No. We don't want people adding your...
Tama. Fishers are so creative now. Fishers. Warning to everyone. I almost got fished via two quote-unquote agents pretending to be from... Do I say the name of the bank? I should know.
Just say...
a certain bank.
It's a scam.
Yeah, it's a scam. They may be using that bank's name. So just say a bank with
a certain bank.
a certain bank.
Okay.
Na lang.
Yeah, local bank.
Oh, a certain local bank.
Okay.
Pretending to be from a certain local bank. It was a long preamble about how my account was compromised and how the number and email were changed and that there were a series of fraudulent transactions that the system flagged. They even mentioned a casino site that was receiving the money, a Chinese name that was triggering the OTPs, the dummy number being used, and the location and type of phone that was doing the transactions. QC and, do I say the brand? Yeah, Huawei. The agent also gave me a case reference number and his name because according to him, the NBI Cybercrime Department was going to call me tomorrow to investigate. So it all sounded believable until the agent said that he was going to send me a few OTP emails so that I had proof. So I received these emails to show to the NBI. Okay, sure, dude. Then he explained further that these OTPs were going to be invalid tomorrow and that it'll come from the bank's website itself. I received a forgot password email, true enough, straight from the bank website with the return email online at insert bank's name here, .com. Okay. So let's say the bank's name is World Bank. It was online at worldbank.com. Okay. So yun yung email address. The agent asked if I could dictate the OTP to him for verification purposes, to which I refused. It's the agent who should tell me what the reference number is, right? Why should I tell you what I received when you're supposed to have a record of these fraudulent OTPs? He reasoned that I needed to do it because the NBI was going to call me tomorrow. I said, sure, let the cops call me, but I'll never tell you the password OTP. Then he hung up. I think scary part. These guys knew my name, mobile number, and 2 of my email addresses. Luckily, the only info I divulged was I'm from what city she's from. I don't have this particular credit card, and I never really check my emails. What pissed me off more was they wasted 10 minutes of my precious time. I really shouldn't answer calls from unregistered numbers. Be safe, everyone. Ingat, guys!
Actually, I don't answer numbers I don't know. And if it is from Grab, Lalamove, Lazada, and Shopee, they can text me if they have a package. And then I'll just text them back. But other than that, if I don't know you, if it's not registered, I don't answer. Oh, ganun lang. Well, I don't answer anyway, so.
And the whole thing is like for Android phones, I'm not sure with the iPhones, is when they call, if someone has reported their number as a scam.
Okay.
So it'll say scam number.
Oh, wow.
Caller ID, diba?
Yeah, the caller ID will say scam number.
Bakit yung number mo lumalabas scammer?
Wala naman.
Scammer ka ba?
No, hindi naman ako scam. But I received some messaging sa text. Kasi yung SIM registration natin, di ba?
Yeah.
What's happened to that shit?
I don't know. What text are you getting?
Kasi yung mga, I'm from Timo, and then you have this, you have the chance to win or something, and then this casino promo, di ba? Ang dami
ko nakuha, usually sa Viber.
Sa Viber, oh.
Viber.
Yeah.
Ganon. And then
on Viber.
We have this registration na SIM. Anong nangyari doon? Wala, di ba?
Oh, there's people that probably just use fake IDs.
Oh.
It's easy. And then maybe they'll just use it for one day and then after that, wala na.
Yeah, Kaz says even Telegram and WhatsApp.
Oo.
Job opportunities.
Job opportunity na.
Ako Telegram so far wala pa. Puro ako Viber so plenty.
Yeah.
Viber gets a lot.
Dapat gumawa
But then I noticed on Viber is that if they're not in your group or if not in your contacts, it'll be blurry.
Yes.
So if it's blurry, I just like
Alam na.
block. Black and report. There, so everyone has to be careful.
Yes.
So tell your parents, tell your
please, yes.
grandparents, titos, titas, because just the way they did that and knowing that she had, her 2 email addresses where she lived, medyo that's
scary.
That's scary.
Yeah. Paano nila nalaman yun?
That's scary.
They're good.
Ingat kayo, guys.
Yeah, and especially filling out different things online.
Yung mga forms na. Kasi
The forms?
iba kasi may website phishing kinukuha nila yung...
Especially also those, sometimes I don't know, they're not as prominent now, but remember, they'll ask you, people used to post your favorite color, what's your first car, what's your first car, what's your first dog's name, what's the street you live on.
Those are recovery password words.
Yeah. And then they put it into a computer system that kind of like
filters
it and tries to find the best or closest combination that you would use for your password. So
also the one that they use too, they're like, oh, this animal's of your birth month is you. Tapos they'll add another one.
Yeah.
They'll add another one where they'll find out
the number.
So they'll do 2 and then you're like, oh, I am a tiger, and then all of a sudden I'm this, and they're like, okay, I already got your birthday. So don't do that. It's too easy.
Ingat.
Yeah, so you gotta be...
Dapat yung DICT may gagawin niya. Our government.
Well, that's what Art said on Monday is, so Facebook does not take down
fake news.
Fake or deep fake videos of people. So there's a video of a GMA reporter and BBM. Invest in this business.
Oh, damn.
I think I don't know if it's PR Canhel or what, but there's one of the reporters.
Did that happen to also Kuya Kim?
Kuya Kim as well. But now it's another news reporter with BBM. Invest. And then there's so many comments that this is the best investment. Make your money work for you. And then there's even one with like a video.
Remember, you were telling us about Mika Lagdameo.
Yeah.
Na parang she was endorsing something, diba?
Yeah.
Na deep fake.
Deep fake. And she wasn't. May ganun talaga.
Oh, that happened to my father-in-law.
Oh.
Endorsing a product?
Endorsing a product is because he's a national scientist.
yeah.
That was what was going around. Is that they were trying to have people buy this
Solar energy?
No, this herbal
Cancer.
pill
Oh, okay.
to be
I
cancer free.
Shit, ako rin. Nadamay din ako yung Go Rocky na yan.
Go Rocky.
Pero it works, ha?
It works naman.
Okay yung Go Rocky.
Mukhang gumagana naman for you, Tones.
Go Rocky.
Wala nga eh. Gusto ko nga eh. Today? After today?
Oh my God, Tones!
He's ready.
Go Rocky.
You know what would have been?
I love Tanay. I want to stay in Tanay.
Tony, would have been awesome if you brought your Go Rocky suit.
Damn,
and then you're at the top of the mountain, and then your
None of those girls would talk to me.
And
Tapos
then-
naka-Salomon ka.
Tapos your caption. This is how it feels when you go Rocky. Top of the mountain. Yeah.
I don't think any of those girls would talk to me at the top.
Totoo.
To the
Totoo.
bottom.
Agree.
But
Yeah.
I think one of them might just go, hey,
No.
that's interesting.
Far
Yung
from.
kapatid ni Dennis.
Labo.
What's up to Art? Sabi niya, go.
Hi, Sir Art.
Oh my gosh. He's getting me into all these chat groups regarding AI and
That was good, man.
different gadgets to get for the home. Your best friend should have at least one nerd best friend.
Yeah.
Isa.
Yeah. I try the Google View. Yung,
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good app. Di ba?
Am I yours, Tones? Am I your nerd best friend, Tones?
Do you want me to lie or do you want me to?
You're a
you
basketball
want the
genius.
truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Am I your nerd best friend?
Di ka sumipot eh.
Yeah, I'm going. Where's Tin? Where's Tin?
I told Miko the other day that I wasn't gonna come. And I told you last night that I had taping today.
Yeah, you told me like just after the show. Oh, I'm not going pala. What? I said yes.
This guy already committed. He's like, I can't back out
Oh
now.
no, di ka naman nagsisisi,
Actually-
diba? You had an amazing time. You're welcome, Tones.
A great time. Solomon, man, I love it.
Very good,
I
very
will
good.
plug you every day this week. I am so happy. I had no rest. But you know what?
And then you got a new pair pa.
Oh.
Yes. I got all black. So aside from
What you're wearing now.
the vanilla
Show them. Show playback.
it's dirty.
Ba't tinanggal niya?
Ang ganda.
Oh, we thought we were gonna put up your like.
Akala ko tataas mo lang yung paa mo eh. Pero tinanggal mo siya. Pero sige.
Ooh, the smell.
Look at
I'm
that.
not gonna smell it.
Look at
Hindi ako
that.
mihinga.
Oh, I stepped on
Tones,
cow
can you
shit.
wear it na, please?
we
I wanna
Let-
breathe
Let's
again.
play a song. See, let's play a song. Coach is entering the parking lot.
Okay, nice.
All right,
Ang bilis
fine.
niya, ah. Fairness.
Yeah, he took the bus. I told him, bus late ka lang. Wala, okay lang.
Safe ka, safe.
Carousel.
1-5 lang.
1-5.
1-5. All right, we'll get to the song and we'll get to Coach Chappie Calianta. If you guys have
Questions.
yeah.
Concerns.
Regarding nutrition,
Fitness.
working out, if in terms of also calculating body mass index, the nutrients, micro, everything that deals with nutrition and working out, please get in touch with us.
Yeah, a lot of people getting into running now, you know, things that you should know. And also people getting into high rocks, stuff like that.
Hi.
So we'll let Coach Chappie Calianta, go through that stuff.
All right, brand new one for JR. Nice. Pakita mo sa akin. This is Tony.
Slick Rick,
Joy of Survivor.
Tin, and Magic 89.9.
Tony, Slick, Gino, and Tin. Boys Night Out. Magic 89.9.
Today's best music, Magic 89.9. 10:21. Welcome to Boys Night Out. You got JoJo, Tin, Slick, and Tony. And yes, he was on Zoom, but he is here in the
Bilis,
booth.
no?
We got the Coach Chappie Calianta.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, no. Thanks for always dropping by.
We wanted to get you on the show and discuss nutrition, also resistance training, which you mentioned. That's what it's more properly called, right?
it's the blanket statement because
Broad.
the broad statement because you're really dealing with different kinds of resistance.
Okay.
Starting of course with your body weight. So if you
So
can,
body weight exercises, they fall under resistance
they fall under
training.
resistance training. CrossFit, powerlifting, weightlifting, hypertrophy training,
Okay.
if you want to gain muscle, it all falls under that.
And they say that, correct me if I'm wrong, for those that have never gone to the gym or done any kind of fitness, they say that resistance training is probably the best in terms of as you get older. It's probably the more in terms of longevity and doing things on a day-to-day basis as you get older.
If you look at the research out there, and of course we want to look at the research because we want to be evidence-based, right? So we want to...
Please!
Sana naman, di ba?
No,
Lalo na
I don't
nasa
wanna be
radyo tayo.
No, because I can talk about my own experiences. But that doesn't count.
I want to guess it.
That doesn't count. So the evidence points to resistance training as one of the biggest movers when it comes to lifespan.
Okay.
So when it comes to lifespan, a person who lifts weights, mas mataas yung magiging lifespan niya compared to somebody who doesn't.
Okay.
If everything else is equal. Of course, there's genetics, there's other biological
Nutrition.
factors. Nutrition is a big part of it. Sleep is a big part of it, or lack of sleep. Yeah. So, and of course, stress. But one of the things that you do have control over is your activity. So if you can, it's the best bang for buck.
Okay.
Because a lot of people like to do cardio. And there's nothing wrong with cardio. In fact, there's a lot of different training zones when you talk about cardio. But cardio by itself, it's really not enough to work out the entire body. So it's great to exercise your cardiovascular system, your heart, your lungs, your blood vessels, your capillaries, everything that makes your ticker move or makes your heart better. But
Thicker? Did you say thicker? Or
Ticker.
your heart.
Take your heart.
But
What do you think he said?
It's been a long day. It's been a long day for me. I came from Tanay. It's 3
I
hours.
thought that, yeah.
Tatlong oras.
Was that today?
Going there, yeah.
Okay, so what you did there? So you went on a hike, right?
I did a hike, a 5-kilometer hike.
So a 5-kilometer uphill hike. Correct.
Uphill.
Yeah, so uphill.
Yeah.
So you're
Not. They said it was like
Patag.
but it's never patag in Tanay.
Mabundok yun ah.
So that was that ano yon? Cardio and
Yeah.
resistance training combined.
To a certain degree, there is some form of resistance because you're trying to overcome your weight when you go up the steps or or through an incline. But it's still categorized as a cardiovascular activity. So when you do cardiovascular activity, you work out your heart, your lungs. But the funny thing or the great thing about resistance training is that you're also working out the same cardiovascular system. So, but it's not the same. It doesn't go back and forth. So if you only do cardio, it's not enough. If you do lifting and you don't do cardio,
It's not.
you're actually
it's,
getting the cardiovascular benefits to a certain degree.
See, that's my thing. So I do strength training, but I don't do cardio.
Yeah. But
when they tell me, okay, you got 10 minutes on the treadmill, I just leave.
That's it.
I go to work. I go to work. I come here.
So he's like, I got a meeting.
I'm out of here.
The lowest barrier is the 10,000 steps. I mean, I'm saying it's the lowest barrier because everybody can do it.
Okay.
If you can do 10,000 steps, of course, we're in the Philippines. It's not a very
Not walkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk in, there's a post.
Maraming walkers dito.
That's good.
Iba yun. Iba yung walkers to.
Mamaya.
Naka-heels.
10K.
10K.
Mamaya ba yan?
Meron mga 20K.
Alis na kayo mamaya.
Depende.
So that's the least you could do.
That's kumbaga the lowest barrier entry into cardiovascular training is the 10,000 steps.
What about swimming? Here, Chrissy Girl says, what if how does swimming play a part in terms of cardiovascular?
So swimming is also a cardiovascular activity, but as opposed to running, which is a lower body dominant activity, swimming is of course more upper body dominant. That's why you see swimmers with the physique, the V physique, because the main pulling muscle is your lats. So the lats make your body appear like a letter V.
Si Joe, swimmer ka ba?
Si Joe letter A.
Wala ko runner ako eh.
Runner ka ba?
Nagdaran ako coach yan.
Damn! Yeah, this
Wow!
It was back to back.
It was back to back. Tapos still, runner ka ba?
Hindi naman.
I was asking, runner ka pala. Ganon.
It's like you got punched with the fist and then the elbow.
So you run now.
I run. Yun lang kitanong ko.
Where do you run ba?
BGC area.
Oh.
Greenery Park in BGC. That's a... that's I used to jog.
Burgos.
Tapos, mga ilang kilometers ka?
Hindi, pabalik-balik lang ako. 5K.
Sukatin mo.
Nasa Strava ka?
I use Strava and also the Nike app also.
Okay.
Pero for coach, ilan ba yung calorie deficit bawat araw, coach?
Deficit?
Meron bang...
Calorie deficit.
Okay, sige. Bago tayo punta rin, punta tayo sa swimming kasi may tanong si...
Okay, si
si
Kaz.
Kaz.
Kaz ba yun?
Chrissy girl.
Chrissy. So say Chrissy, if the question is is it good for cardio, definitely is. If you track your heart rate, which is what you want to track when you're doing cardiovascular activity, mataas siya during your swims. You just don't notice it because you're wet, but you're actually sweating.
Bakit ka nakasmile sa wet, Jojo? Laki ng ngiti niya eh.
So,
basa-basa.
actually, if you go for a swim na continuous, kawawa naman yung asawa ko, Jo.
If you go for a swim,
diba? If you notice, Jo, after mo mag-swimming, medyo mainit.
Ayun nga.
Diba? Once you get off the pool, mainit kasi nga your body is still operating in a higher temperature because you're moving eh. So it's a good low impact. It's good for those people who may problema sa tuhod or sa ankle or everything in the lower body because it's low impact. It's technically no impact.
Yeah.
But yung sa calorie deficit, Jo, first thing that you need, we were listening on the radio tones. For everybody listening, I am not a nutritionist. Okay, I want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my late mother, she will be cursing me from above.
Hi, Tita.
Hi, Tita from Mama. Hi, Ma. But
She's watching.
Yeah, that was one of her things. That's why, Tony, I think you invited me because there are a lot of people out there who are claiming to be nutritionists or nutrition coaches.
That's right.
Diba? I am neither.
Okay.
But I do know about nutrition because of my background.
Yes.
Because of my.
Okay.
But I'm not an R&D.
Okay.
And I'm not,
exactly.
yeah,
R&D.
Yeah. I'm not a registered nutritionist or dietitian. Those guys, they really study for it. So kami, mga coaches, we take courses for it, but I never got a piece of paper.
Okay.
Say that
Hindi ka certified.
Hindi ako certified.
I'll print one out for you. I'll print one. Marami dito na nagigess.
Yeah. But having said that,
May miracles.
having said that, we are allowed to talk about that. It's a caloric deficit. So, unang-una, Jo, ang isipin mo is, how much do you actually eat? Are you actually aware of what you're eating on a daily basis when it comes to calories?
Okay, Jojo, what did you eat today?
Munggo at saka galunggong.
O, ilan? Gano'ng karami?
Isang rice, isang munggo, 2 galunggong.
Isang butil?
Hindi naman, isang
One cup.
One cup of rice. Okay.
1 cup lang, oh.
Hindi, nagdad ka na kon. The problem of my kaya.
Uy, nag-take out ka last night,
Last night, Pares in Talmangke.
Oh!
Pares, I take out to
So
Pares.
that's considered today because that was earlier.
Kailan mo kinain yun?
1 a.m.?
Kanina, breakfast and
kanina.
then afternoon.
Para sa...
Afternoon, galunggong
Pares
at saka
and
munggo.
rice. Pares and rice ang breakfast mo.
breakfast, oh.
Okay, tapos for lunch, galunggong, munggo, and rice. Okay, and then
Tapos,
dinner.
Ano ba?
Dinner, kan lang, chow fan.
Okay.
Okay.
So, nowadays, maraming mga apps. So there's a MyFitnessPal,
Yes.
which is the best, I would say. If you want to track and if you want to get into a caloric deficit, first thing you need to know is what you are currently eating. So what you describe, depending on the size, that's around about 2,000 to 2,500 calories. You guys have to remember, if you eat in fast food or if you eat in restaurants, you really don't know what they put in there.
Yeah.
So you cannot control it. So
That's right.
the best way is to prepare your own meals. If you do have the time, the next best way is to get a service provider who can count your calories for you. So there are a lot out there. I don't want to mention them anymore.
Yeah. Marami.
There's a lot.
There are a lot of them. So just pick what is best for you. And of course, pick one that's reputable. Now, the best thing to do, if you currently know your daily caloric consumption, is to deduct 500 calories from there. That's the easiest way to do it. So whatever that is, I'm gonna assume, given your stature, your weight, ganun, nasa around 2.5 to 2.8 calories ka per day. Okay, so if that's the case, then the best course of action is just to deduct 500 calories.
2,000 na lang.
Hindi. Ano ba yung 2.8 minus
2.8, 2.3.
2.3. Sorry. Okay. So, mga 2.3. Tama ka naman.
What the math?
Mga 2 to 2.3. Fine. Sige. Kasi nga, it's hard to estimate. It's really impossible unless you get those service providers. Or if you have a weighing scale.
Yeah.
So it's tedious. People will not continue doing it.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. And those kinds of activities are not the best ones because once you stop it, then balik ka lang sa dati. Sayang lang. Diba? So yun, that's the first thing. Know what you're currently eating and then deduct 500 calories. And if you deduct 500 calories per day, 3,500 calories per week is 1 pound.
Oh.
So 1 pound then. So if you do that, you're losing a pound.
A pound a week.
Yung boiled egg, coach, pwede ba yan? Yan na nakainin.
Bakit naman hindi? Actually, egg is very nutritious. It's low calorie.
High in protein.
Meron siyang konting fat. As long as wala kang heart condition. Even if you have a heart condition yan na talagang, if it's not serious, I have a lot of nutritionists who recommend eating egg. Meron though mga people who are highly sensitive to chicken and egg. So just make sure that you're not that person. Hindi ka allergic.
Parang hindi.
Parang hindi.
Si Jojo can eat any egg.
Kahit kanino.
He's an egg eater.
Egg.
But what are some of the for people who are starting their fitness journey? What are some of the mistakes when it comes to nutrition?
Yeah, when it comes to nutrition, it's drastically reducing your intake.
So workout tapos
Crash diet.
I've seen some.
I won't eat rice.
Yun yung rice.
Super restrictive.
That's always the first thing that
That's
people.
the first thing.
I won't eat rice.
It's so difficult to not eat rice in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can, then good for you. But everywhere you go, there's rice.
We're an ulam country.
We're an ulam country, exactly. So that's the pitfall. If you deduct too much, then it becomes unsustainable. It's unsustainable to your daily activities, and it's also unsustainable for your workouts.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if you're not working out, diba, your body composition, you might get thinner, but the body composition is not that good. You're not gaining muscle. You're probably sticking bones with a little bit of fat. You're losing muscle pa nga if you work out.
Yung skinny fat.
Exactly. Skinny fat. You might look good on the outside, but on the inside, it's not very healthy.
Yung shirataki rice, Dad. Super. I know you're not a nutritionist, but super uso niya ngayon. It's everywhere on TikTok.
They say it's a low-calorie rice, diba?
Yeah, and low-carb rice. So
I personally haven't tried it. I've heard it from our friend Chef Ed. So I don't know if it works or not.
I guess to each his own.
Sobrang uso niya eh. Super talaga.
I don't really know.
Plus,
So
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. It's very expensive.
Actually, wait.
You've tried it? Yeah. If you've tried it, I would love to know if you lost weight with it.
And how important is eating on time? A lot of us, obviously, anong oras ka kumain yesterday?
Late na, 1 a.m. na.
1 a.m. And then breakfast was what time?
Mga 9.
9 a.m. Okay.
So
straight to bed after 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's bad.
Di pa naman. Yun, pahinga kaunti, then tulog, then
Nag-VMX.
BMX muna.
Nag-enjoy muna. Tapos, 1. Tapos at 1:05, tapos.
Kain!
Cardio.
Sarap!
Cardio joke.
Grabe ka, Joe.
You're a monster, bro.
Yung kutsara sa bibig pa eh.
It's 5 calories.
Wow.
Okay, so this says it's 5 calories per serving. And there are 2 servings per pack. That's interesting.
That's weird, no?
Yeah, so I've never actually... I mean, the ingredients are... I can't pronounce.
Oh, yeah.
Konjac plant.
Cognac. So if you ask me, I've never tried it before. I'm curious to see if it's actually true. It will be nice to get some... Because there's a...
Oo nga eh.
There's actually a place where you can bring food and have it tested.
No way.
Yeah, but it's quite expensive.
Is it here in the Philippines?
It's research grade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, FNRI. So if you go Food Nutrition and Research Institute,
okay,
you pay the fee and then you submit your samples.
No
and then
way.
they can actually do a macro.
I'll do it.
No, wait. Wasn't that also in the news? Is there was a local...
That was my friend.
Local company na one of their whey proteins wasn't whey.
Exactly. So my co-host in my other podcast before, she is Sir Wisdom Valleser, who's my colleague in the CHK. He did that study. So he put around 10, I think,
Different ones.
whey proteins in the market. Shout out to Sir Wisdom. And then FNRI, they actually broke everything down.
No
Yeah.
way.
So they saw that this particular brand we won't mention,
Yeah.
they were marketing 30 grams of protein, but they only had 3.
Damn, ang layo.
Protein. Ang layo. And you were paying, diba?
Yeah,
So
you're
paying for 30 and you're getting 3.
No.
So that's the tricky side of
Yeah.
supplementation, especially if it's a local brand. Because if it's a local brand, you don't need to go through the
Yeah.
same processes.
Yeah.
That's why I always recommend the brand, even if it's a little bit more expensive, brands that have gone through third-party testing.
And that's why also they're expensive.
Exactly.
And
Because
at
they have
least
to
you
go
know.
through that.
And yeah.
That step.
At least you know. And then is because we know that it is a cycle with exercise and fitness. Now everyone's getting into their running phase.
I see that, yeah.
So what's your recommendation for some of these weekend warriors that don't have the time to, do the daily runs and they'll do like maybe long runs during the weekend? How can they, keep their mileage up and also make sure that their knees are okay?
I know, yeah. I was about to say, I don't want to discourage anybody from moving because more movement
is movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
More movement is better than no movement. So the thing you need to do is you need to supplement with some form of resistance training. If you're running consistently, that's a lot of tension on your knees, on your ankles, and your hips, even your low back, your spine.
Yeah.
So it's think about every step. That's a single leg landing, and the force on that single leg is 3 times your body weight. So also the heavier you are,
Yeah.
the more force you're getting,
more pressure.
And if you don't lift, then you don't have the musculature to support that. And especially if you start running longer durations, 5K, 10K,
Tama.
then that's a lot of
The high
stress. Yeah. So you might be good for the first week or two, and then you're gonna start feeling a lot of pain on your knees. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you, of course. But if you're still feeling good, my tip is to really supplement with some form of resistance training. Just basic squats, lunges, hinges. A lot of sexy exercises are out there. Yung mga maganda sa Instagram.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you ask me, stick to the basics.
The basics.
A squat, a hinge, the slick.
Yes.
A squat, a
What's a
hinge.
hinge again?
A deadlift.
Deadlift. Okay. I love
Or
deadlifts.
some form of deadlift. A squat, a hinge, a push, and a pull. If you do those 4 main exercises, you're gonna get stronger. Of course, there's programming involved in it.
Yes.
But if you stick to those basics, you'll be all right. You don't need to do all of those balancing ball exercises. Those are just for the Instagram.
It's good for the gram.
It's good for the gram, but it's not good for your body.
Is it true, Dad, that walking would be better for you pa than running?
Yes, especially if you haven't ran before. If you're not a runner, I would really recommend brisk walking more, and especially if you want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, kasi you can sustain walking longer than running. So you can run maybe 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and then you're stopping already. When you walk more, and especially if you walk on an incline, so you can do it on a treadmill or on a hill, does great for your body composition. So you really lose more weight that way. Compared to, again, running, let's say, once or twice a week. If you walk every day, that's a lot more activity.
Mas sustainable
Yeah,
siya.
mas
eh.
more. And then the math adds up Parang daily activity compared to once a week. I mean, nothing beats a daily routine.
Yeah.
I hear kind of, not just from you, but from a lot of fitness experts, na medyo kind of scoffing on running. Parang,
Well,
or is it because it's like,
why though?
hindi ko alam eh. Parang I feel kind of, okay naman siya, pero parang ganun yung tono eh. Tama ba?
So parang but.
Oo.
Okay. So like, if I were to put my shoes sa mga fitness coaches din, baka inisip nga nila yung injuries involved. And maybe they're also thinking about the promise of losing weight with running. So parang it might be a little bit overblown. Now you're not gonna lose weight just by running. A lot of
Kailangan
people
talaga may
fall-
supplementary.
Yeah, kailangan may supplementary na lifting.
High impact.
But aside from that, nothing will really make you lose weight more than what you eat. So if you take care of what you eat, even if you don't lift or work out, you're gonna lose weight. But of course, your body composition and your health will suffer. It's not gonna be the same.
When you say body composition, Dad, it's the muscles.
Yeah, so body composition is basically your muscular, your fat-free mass, which is everything that's not fat, and then your fat mass. So body composition is the ratio between those two.
Okay.
The ratio of fat-free mass with fat mass. If your fat mass is higher than your fat-free mass, that's bad. Diba? If your fat-free mass is higher, then that's good. You were talking about BMI earlier, Tones. I hate BMI.
I was gonna say,
A lot of
Why is that?
It's antiquated, diba?
That and also because it's used the wrong way.
Okay.
So BMI should only be used, and it should only be. I shouldn't speak in absolute terms, but it's most valid when it's underweight. When you're talking to somebody who's underweight, which is if your BMI is below 18. If your BMI is below 18, I'm more concerned with that compared to somebody with a BMI higher than 24. Because really the BMI, it's really for the underweight and severely underweight individuals. If you start lifting weight, like Slick and I, like you, like Tin, you're gonna gain muscle mass. Muscle mass is heavy.
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna gain weight. That's why when I train my clients, I tell them, if you're not gonna take care of your diet, you're gonna work out with me, you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna get muscles, you're gonna get bigger, but you're not gonna lose weight if you don't take care of what you eat. And as long as that's clear between us, then we're fine. Because you don't. I don't want you to come to me and say, "Why am I not losing weight? What are you eating?"
Tama.
So you gotta take care of that.
Are you eating pares for breakfast?
At 1 a.m.
Even if you are working out, tapos ang sama ng intake mo ng food.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you're gonna get stronger, but you're not gonna lose weight.
Yeah.
You're not gonna lose weight.
Chachabi ka pa ba?
More pa nga if you're only running. If you're only running, then you're really not gonna lose weight. You're actually gonna end up with probably a running-related injury. That's where your friends who are fitness, that maybe they're coming from that. Because there's a lot of injuries that come from people who run.
Tama.
Especially ngayon, uso ulit.
Yeah.
Diba?
It's so uso.
Running era.
I mean, it's great. I mean, naman tayo, it's great. But if you don't supplement with some form of strength training, you're gonna end up injured.
And I think also
more often than not.
And I think also being new to the running world, it's like with anything, any sport, you have to know how to run properly.
That's
like,
one.
right with anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just running in any way, you could be harming yourself, right? Especially if you're not fit.
Yeah,
I mean, for the first time, you want to get fit, but do you know how your weight tapos you're running on your toes, maybe on the midfoot. I've seen Jojo run.
Depends on your strength.
When we did the 10K, you said you're...
10K, Joe?
Yeah,
Musta ka after?
Okay naman, pero sakit ng tuhod ko eh.
Ayun
Sakit.
Kasi ang mali ko lang doon is you need to have stretching muna.
Yun lang yung mali mo.
Not only that, Jojo, I don't think
Parang
that's the
may
only
iba ka
thing
pang
that's
mali.
wrong.
Activation.
Actually,
So hindi kayo nag-stretching before?
ay stretching pero hindi pa siya gaano.
Nag-training ka ba before?
No.
Diretso ka na sa 10K.
Direct 5K
Si Jojo, what's training?
Training?
I don't need training.
Talk about training.
Gising ka lang tapos 10K na.
Practice.
So, Tones, there are a lot of running coaches out there who can teach you.
Yeah.
But also, running is it's a progressive activity. So you're not supposed to wake up and say, I want to run a 5K right away.
Okay.
So you do some 1:4. So you run for a minute, you walk for 4 minutes. And then you can break that into 1:3, 1:2, 1:1.
Yun, Jo.
Ganun muna, Jo.
Dahan-dahan.
Okay. Dahan-dahan. Kasi, baka di mo rin masustain. Sayang naman.
Oh, ma-injure
Do you
ka.
know anything with regards to, since it's really popular as well, a lot of more people are doing intermittent fasting. Also, OMAD, like kanina, there's one girl, she only eats 1 meal a day. That's
Okay,
it. And
OMAD.
she's a marathon runner. So she'll only eat 2 meals if she has a marathon or a run. But other than that, it's 1 meal a day, and nag-IF pa rin siya. But now she gets dizzy spells. Now she's like anemic.
Parang you're so concerned for her. Did you guys connect today?
Concern lang.
Shut up.
Go ahead, Dad.
You're on my flow,
I'm
bro.
not concerned. I'm just...
Okay.
The research is mixed
Okay.
in IF and OMAD. Although people, since early civilizations, fasting has been around.
Okay.
People have been fasting for decades and centuries before. So it's if you look at religion, so these are people who fast like a month,
40 days.
Tama.
40 days. Kana. Ay, iba yung kinapasa mo ata.
Iba yun, Jo.
But interesting that you said the woman to. So there's mixed results when it comes to women and OMAD and IF. Has to do with the hormones of the female na wala ang male. So when it comes to research there, mixed talaga yung results.
Depending on, I guess, the body type.
Yeah, the body type and also your cycle,
Hormones nga,
your
yeah,
hormones.
oo.
Yeah. But also, at the end of the day, it's calories in. So if your one meal a day is 2,000 calories, then ganun din.
Ganun din.
Status quo.
Yeah. Ganun pa rin. You can't beat math. So if you're eating 2,000 in one meal, then you're
good.
It's just like eating pa rin eh. So my tip there is really whatever works for you.
Okay.
If you are the kind of person who
Saan
gets
agasi?
dizzy spells,
Kind of
wait, idol yan, di ba?
Lods!
Lodi yan.
Uy, kinasal na sila. Congrats!
congrats.
Oo. Sobrang ganda ng wedding song nila. Narinig nyo ba? Mamaya pa-play
Nakita ko
natin
sa
yan.
story nito.
Oo, grabe. Si Aaron on playback, first of all, he said, we miss 360 Fitness Coach Chubby.
Don't we all?
And then he also said, Coach, was the scientific explanation behind the more you squat, the longer you live? May ganun ba?
Well, it's still the muscle. So somebody who has a lot more muscle mass, it's not absolute. So it's not cause and effect. There are going to be outliers. There are going to be people who pass away sadly earlier in life compared to that.
Who do squat?
Who squat. Yeah, so you see this a lot. Actually, it's funny because when you look at social media or any form of media, yung mga nag-headline, yung mga healthy people who die early.
Yeah.
Parang, look at this person. He squats so much, but he died so early. It must be bad for you. Isang tao lang yun eh. How many people die from, different health-related concerns? So anyway, if you squat a lot, that normally has a big correlation with absolute strength or the strength that your body has. So somebody who squats a lot, it can be quote-unquote termed as strong.
Okay.
Stronger person has a correlation to longevity. So strength has a correlation to longevity. Again, correlation, guys. So I'm not saying that you have to be strong to live long, but the data says that stronger people live longer.
Is this upper body like Johnny Bravo or lower body?
Leg day?
Don't skip leg day.
Yeah.
So when you look at the musculature of the human body, the biggest muscle inch per inch is really your gluteus maximus.
No.
Pwede!
That's not Tony's.
What's the gluteus maximus?
Only if your name is not Tony.
Your butt, your ass, di ba?
You can say butt, yeah. So the glutes.
The glutes.
So yeah, so lower body, but really it's the intersection between your upper body and your lower body. So everything revolves around your glutes. If your glutes are weak, it's gonna be difficult to function. Okay? That's the first thing we strengthen.
Yes.
We strengthen the lower body, we strengthen the glutes, and then from there, we go adjacent. Strengthen the glutes, the core, and the quads and the hammies.
Okay.
So from there, out.
May na-unlock akong term, Dad. Posterior chain.
Posterior chain. Shout out to 360.
Memory unlocked!
So that's why kettlebells are a great. I know I'm a big fan of kettlebells. I actually teach it in college. So in kettlebells, kasi if you've never tried kettlebells before, guys.
Joe, you tried?
I try. I used to watch Mia Bayuga before.
Oh yeah, Mia. Shout out to Mia.
Bayuga.
Shout out mo naman si Mia Tones.
What's up, Mia?
He's a good kettlebell.
So cold.
Ano yung pinagsamahan?
Celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday.
Si Mia magaling sa kettlebell.
Oh.
Sobra.
Kettle or kettle?
Kettlebell.
Kettlebell.
Magaling yan si Mia. Yung inspiration ko eh.
Yeah, so the kettlebell is unique because the handle is above. So if you look at the dumbbell, the handles are in the middle. So the weight is distributed on the sides. When you look at the kettlebell, the weight is on the bottom. So with that, you are able to do a cardiovascular and strength activity at the same time. So you see people swinging kettlebells for 10 minutes straight. That's a cardio exercise, but your glutes are really gonna be on fire. Your hamstrings activated talaga. So again, one of the best tools, if you ask me, for a home gym is a kettlebell.
I remember, right? We did that 10,000
10K challenge. Yeah.
10,000 swings. Like that.
20 days.
Yeah, 20 days. The thing is, I was counting the Gatorade people.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, okay, this is my 10.
I miss those. I remember there was only one 360 challenge that I won. Yung wall squat patagalan. I won that shit. My glutes are great.
You're like, I got that.
Yeah.
But also more on fitness. I think a lot of people, also yourself, High Rocks.
Hybrid rock stars.
Yeah, hybrid rock star.
You do that,
That's what
Dad.
High Rocks. Well, I did it. I did the relay, and I'm currently training for the full.
Parang it's
It's crazy.
wild.
Yeah, parang I don't even know why I'm doing it. So, that's very uso nowadays. Like, so of course, this always started with some form of high intensity training.
Yes.
So when you look back, 90s, 80s.
Okay.
You remember Tabata? So,
This is Tabata.
si Dr. Tabata.
In 3,
So,
2,
hated that shit.
So Tabata is a 20-10 protocol. So you're working for 20 seconds, resting for 10 seconds. People mistake that always to parang, okay, 20 seconds, squat in place. And then 10 seconds rest. Hindi totoo yun. Okay? The real Tabata, it was done in a stationary bike. So talagang you really have to push as hard as you can
for the 20
during that
seconds.
20 seconds.
Damn.
Kaya that's the real Tabata. But high intensity interval training, high intensity training started there. And then CrossFit came. And then you got all of these other brands that came. High Rocks is the newest thing, I guess. But it's very similar to CrossFit minus the barbell work. So the CrossFit has more barbell work. High Rocks being a hybrid activity, you have both cardiovascular training and cardiovascular exercises and strength-related exercises. It's intense. I mean, I only did a quarter of it.
Yes.
And I couldn't walk the next day.
Ikaw na yan, ah.
Ako na yun. Pero but maraming mas malakas of course than me. But if you're getting into High Rocks, you have to make sure that you're getting your miles in or your kilometers in when you run.
Okay.
Because most of the people who go into these activities, kasi CrossFit, some of the CrossFit boxes, not all of the CrossFit boxes here have running in their programming, di ba?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have it in your programming. Meron ba?
Meron.
Ayun, so
Meron.
some of the boxes parang ano lang, what do you call it? The WOD?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ganun lang. But in High Rocks, you're running for a kilometer 8 times.
Yuck.
So it's a kilometer, and then in the middle
Sounds
of each
gross.
kilometer is a
Workout.
long
Horrible
workout.
thing.
Yeah.
The
Speaking of
burpees suck.
Salomon,
The burpees.
one of the endorsers, Kyle, he's a Philippine national team for
OCR? Or,
OCR. So he's done all of the.
Yeah.
So now he teaches for High Rocks.
What gym?
I'm not sure, but
There are a few.
He just
Yeah,
came
there are a
from.
few
He just came from the
certified
States,
ones, yeah.
or he came from Taiwan. Is it or Japan?
I'm not sure. It's
But
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend is Cece, who's at the event at where you hosted in Mega Mall.
Sashmi.
So they're the ones organizing the next event, I think. Anyways, I asked them, so sino mananalo? A marathon runner, regular marathon
Okay.
runner, or someone who just pushes weight.
In what
but
race?
doesn't
Who
run.
will do better in High Rocks?
And he's seen in every country someone that's marathon runner always beats out
Yes.
someone who just does weights because they can't.
Yes.
As
yes.
in your weakness is the run.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling you guys, if you're gonna get into it, and
Yeah.
if you are a gym bro,
Yeah.
if you like lifting weights,
Yeah.
you have to get
Oh.
into running.
They
You have to
they're
get into
never
the
last. And I go, no way.
No,
It's like,
it's difficult.
they can't do the run.
Yeah.
After they do the and they have to run.
Yeah.
He sees them and he's like, oh, Tones, if you don't do cardio run,
It's
you're
yeah. So because you have an advantage if you lift weights with the sled because you're pushing 150 kilograms
Oh my God,
with
I
the
hated
sled.
the
Yeah.
sled, man.
So you're pushing 150
God.
kilograms
I'm gonna vomit.
for 50 yards. Sorry, 50
Vomit.
meters.
No.
And then you're pulling 100 kilograms for another 50 meters. You're lunging. That was my event. I lunged for, what was it, 200 meters? No. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
With a sandbag. Knees to the floor.
God.
And then you have a farmer's walk.
Oh,
and then
okay.
the others are just cardiovascular.
Farmer's walk is what? Based on your weight or
For men it's 24 kilograms each side.
Okay.
And then for women it's I think 20 or 16, something like that. And then you have the 1 kilometer row, yung concept 2, and then you have a 1 kilometer ski.
Yeah.
And you have the burpees to broad jump. That
hurts.
I'm scared of that.
Oh, that hurts.
And then you top it off. The ending is 100 reps of wall balls.
Wall balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, ass to grass wall balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, that
But
sounds horrible.
If
Yeah.
you CrossFit and you only do CrossFit, you can survive. Compared to somebody who's a gym bro who's into hypertrophy training, who wants to look good in front of the mirror, wants to be
Big.
jacked.
Yeah.
you're not gonna last long in a high rocks race.
Yun ang nga sabi niya.
Yeah, so it's better. I've seen it rin eh. Yung mga endurance based, they do well in high rocks. They might not do well in CrossFit though, because CrossFit has a lot of barbell work.
Yeah.
So you need a lot more strength in CrossFit compared to high rocks. That's what I'm seeing. Okay?
But it's crazy. I mean, just like everyone's doing it. You see them flying off.
Exactly. You know what? I don't know if you've talked about this, but the younger generation, and we've found this very interesting, they're very much into health and fitness now.
Hindi nga sila umiinom eh, diba?
I talk to my students in UP. May inom ba kayo? Minsan, sir. Pero kasi tayo parang once a week.
Once a week, manipis pa yun, diba?
I think really skip, and it's not just locally.
Yeah, it's all over.
Worldwide.
It's all over.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just interesting though.
Yeah.
Na they don't really yung bisyo nila is more that. You want to test your body. You want to test your limits.
And
which
is it
great.
because
Why kaya?
biohacking is in and everyone wants to everyone's getting sick at such a young age?
Yeah, these are the youth and the young people who lived through a pandemic.
Yeah.
So they've seen sickness.
Yeah.
They're scared of sickness. They don't want to get sick. And nowadays, with longevity experts being more in, you have, what's his name, Peter Attila. You have Huberman talking about all of these things.
Glucose Goddess.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really the in thing now, and people are more into how long can I live longer. And more than that, there's two things, lifespan and health span.
Yeah.
So you can live long. You can live long, but you can be sick all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you
don't want to be bedridden.
Quality of life.
Mahaba buhay mo, but nasa kama ka man.
Exactly.
So
Not the kind of kama that Georgie likes. Different.
So you want to also increase your health span. Okay. So if you read the book, is it Outlive Bits by Peter Attila? Diba? So Outlive, try to look for that. He's talking about how you want your life to look like a graph na parang diretso lang. So it's a steady graph, and then you die. Compared to a graph that's,
slowly
declining. So you want to be like super healthy until your later years, and then a quick decline.
Okay.
That would be the best way to go. Not everybody is as lucky. But with that being the goal nowadays, people are more, into trying new stuff, trying
biohacking,
trying all of these biohacking things that you see. Actually, weightlifting is one of the best ways of biohacking.
Okay.
If you lift weights, you're biohacking. So yeah.
Okay. And how many times a week should one be, if they're getting into a fitness routine? Once a week?
Okay.
It's not enough.
One of the people I follow and one of the people I really look up to is his name's Stuart McGill.
Okay.
So Stu McGill is the worldwide expert when it comes to back pain. Anything to do with the back. So Stu McGill, I would copy what he says, which is you want to challenge your muscular system 3 times a week.
3 times, okay.
And then you want to challenge your ticker or your heart
cardio.
at least twice a week.
Ticker.
So when you break your routine down, actually the way he does this, it's a little bit more intense. What he does is he does strength on one day, the next day will be cardio, and the next day will be something that will make him move better.
Okay.
That might be yoga, that might be
Pilates.
that might be stretching, that might be anything that you want that you can do to make you move better. Because weightlifting, at the end of a weightlifting session, you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be tight. It's gonna be hard to move around, diba? So that's what he does. He does strength, cardio, then mobility. Then he repeats it again, strength, cardio, mobility, and then the 7th day can either be of those 3.
Can you do mobility every day?
Araw-araw.
Can you do mobility every day even if you don't work out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you should, especially as you're getting older.
Important.
Every day.
Yeah. So
every day.
Well, self-serving, but if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a quick 10-minute mobility routine that I have there. So you guys would know this, the inchworm routine.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we should have Jojo do it.
Mamamatay ka na.
Let's see if he'll just
It's
die.
Hindi siya mali ka mamamatay.
It's mobility, but afterwards you're sweating already because you're moving, you're trying to, and also it's a quick daily check checkpoint. Like parang, how do I feel today? How am I moving today? It's nice to get the feel of how you are. And, you know, people nowadays, they want to be what do you call it? Parang they want to know more about themselves.
Self-aware.
Yeah, self-aware. That's why you have all of those, you know, new Whoop, fitness bands, Whoops. Yeah,
That's right.
That's big nowadays.
It's
the more
it's a
information
billion.
you have,
What's
the more
yours?
data. It's an Apple Watch, but I use a different app. So there's an app that
Connects to the watch.
yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I can say it's called Peak Watch.
Okay.
So it's mimicking what you see in the Whoop band, but with Apple Watch. So that's what I'm.
Okay siya.
I wear it, but you have to wear it to sleep to maximize.
Yeah.
Maximize your sleep.
Yeah. To get the deep sleep.
The more data, but although some people get paralyzed with data.
Yeah.
Their numbers like they freak out.
Oh, what am I gonna do?
They have more anxiety than anything.
My readiness score is so low.
Yeah.
And how about a lot of people also into contrast therapy, doing the ice bath, the sauna, ice bath. So what's your take there?
So we discussed this actually
Let's
with a few people, and they said that back in the day they would only ice the knees. This is for basketball because now we're seeing so many young people getting Achilles. Like it was
you just saw it in the NBA finals.
And the entire playoffs, diba?
Meron ba?
Si Javi.
Toast doesn't watch NBA.
Meron.
My Canadian na nanalo, di ba?
Canadian takeover.
I actually wrote about this.
Okay.
I have an article out on this on why the NBA. There's a lot of. I asked Doc Canlas.
Okay.
So Doc Raul Canlas, which is the best, probably one of the best, if not the best, orthopedic surgeon in the Philippines.
Okay.
So I asked him what's happening, because it's happening so often.
Yes.
And he had, Michael Jordan was playing in Converses before. Magic Johnson was playing in All-Star ones.
Exactly.
So
the weapons.
So even with all of the technology that we have, we're still getting it, and we're actually getting it more.
Younger guy.
Yeah, younger pa. How old is?
Friggin'
25. Sally is 25.
Robert Parrish played in his 50s and never had a problem.
So what's different? What's different? We have all
Robert
of
Parrish
this.
was smoking.
The Big O.
He was smoking up.
Big O, that's different.
Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Robertson.
Oscar Wilson na yan. Di ba si Robert?
Iba yung Big O mo eh. Pero, so what's different, diba? With all of the advances, so what's different? What Doc Canlas said is the amount of hours that these players now put into their craft. You have all of these coaches who are not part of an NBA coaching staff.
Yeah.
And then, so these players have summers that are full.
Wear and tear.
Yeah, wear and tear.
So there's no real off season for them.
There's no off season eh. And if you look at locally, the PBA, unless kung bano ka, kung bano yung team mo, marami mataas yung matagal yung off season mo. Pero
Kasi
siyempre,
it's
ayaw
3
mo yun.
conferences. Tapos kung gilas ka pa,
wala. Pero if you're, if farm team ka lang, sorry, di mas mahaba yung pahinga mo. Problema, hindi ka naman naglalaro. But anyway, so yun yung nangyayari. There's a lot more reps with AAU. So if you're in the US, AAU, they play 3 times a day in the weekends. As young as 11, 10, 12-year-olds. And locally, it's happening already.
Okay.
So I'm very concerned. That's why I'm really handling Luke. I'm handling him because I don't want him to be, to fall into the trap of more being more, more being better. It's not always the case.
So
you have to be
recovery,
smart.
rest, and
You have to recover. But in the case of Hallie, that was an accident. There are a lot of factors that can go into it.
It was a calf strain.
The
The calf
might
strain,
go into
right?
it, although it's not really related. It's a different tissue. It's not the same tissue.
pero bakit dad? Pati si KD ba? Si Tatum? Oo,
So
ganun
KD,
din.
it happened, but that's just 2 of them. So Tatum didn't have a calf strain, and it happened to him. Lillard,
the deep vein thrombosis.
deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah.
If you look at the mechanism of the injury, he stepped back before stepping forward.
Yeah.
And that quick explosive
Yeah.
step back and then moving forward, that's what causes most Achilles tears talaga. But again, it's the amount of hours that they put into it. So if you are a local athlete, if you're a local basketball player, football player, think about your training regimen. Rest pa rin. Contrast, Slick. Might get into trouble, but there's not a lot of research that backs up cold immersion there. Not a lot.
So it could be useless lang, pero hindi naman siya harmful.
Yeah, exactly. Malamigan ka lang. And the research is more into recovery and also yung how the muscle reacts to cold. They haven't really researched how the brain reacts to it. So I would be interested to find out if there's research na. If there is, then correct me.
Yeah.
But kasi most of the people who do this cold immersion, they also talk about how it helps their psyche.
Yeah.
It's
Resilience.
because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's
If
a
you've tried it, it's hard.
mental toughness.
Mental toughness. So if that's why you're doing it,
Yeah.
then go ahead.
Yeah.
But the research really doesn't show much advantage when it comes to recovery. Local ice for an injury can work. If it's an acute injury like a sprain, a strain, that's fine. But not too much. You want your body to recover, and for your body to recover, you need inflammation. And if you ice it, you're stopping inflammation.
Stopping it. Exactly.
You're stopping the healing process.
Yan ang sabi ng acupuncturist ko.
Yeah, di ba?
She said, don't me to stop.
Yeah.
Cold
So-
shower, stop.
Yeah, kasi inflammation, the body needs it.
Yeah.
But if there's too much, if it's too much, and the way you'll know it's too much is if it affects your gait. So for example, di ka na naglalakad ng diretso.
Yeah.
Then it's too much na. So you can apply some form of local ice just to lessen it. And you can, drink your anti-inflammatories.
If you've worked out.
Yeah.
If you've played.
But if you played.
If you played.
But never ice after lifting.
Yo.
You're just parang binabalik mo lang. Kasi when you lift, your muscles go through micro tears. Right?
Yes. Okay.
And then you're in an inflamed state. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you ice, babalik ka lang.
Yeah.
So baliwala yung ginawa. Sayang lang.
So stay inflamed.
Counterproductive siya.
Counterproductive. Actually, mag-sauna ka pa.
Sauna. And the next day, you can do it.
You can ice, yeah. So, I mean, more research. Definitely more research is needed when it comes to ice. Contrast bathing, though, is good. So, contrast bathing is when you go through ice.
Of course.
Yeah, we did that in Ala before. Ice, tapos hot, tapos ice, tapos hot. 1:4. So, 1 minute ice, 4 minutes hot.
Okay.
And then also like I see like some saunas that are being promoted. May red light therapy.
Kala ko sa red light district na sauna eh. Nag-worry ako
Happy
slick.
sauna. Happy
Yung
sauna.
red light district medyo okay dyan. Okay yung recovery dyan.
Yung red light, that's a different kind of therapy. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, because I saw there's also like a bed.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
You should, if you want to find out about that, shout out to Centro Holistico. If you haven't tried Centro Holistico.
Oh, that's
they're our
Stone's
friends.
jam. He always gets the coffee enema.
Go visit sila Doc Candies.
Doc Candy.
Yeah.
They opened a new one eh.
Yeah, BioVitals.
BioVitals.
Yeah. I'm not sure where. Where? Conrad.
Conrad S. Mason. That's right. Last weekend, over the weekend.
Yeah.
So congrats to them.
Congrats. Good job. Good job.
Okay, why don't we take a break? Because I need to pee.
Okay.
All right.
Okay lang ba?
Okay.
Are we done?
Mahaba-haba na yun.
Yeah. Are we
I think
good, Coach?
we still have a few questions on playback.
Okay.
Okay, wait, sige.
Wait,
Mamaya
what-
na ako iihi.
Well, why don't you go pee first, and
Okay.
then we'll come back.
Okay,
And
well,
then-
for the questions on playback.
So if you guys have any questions, all you gotta do, hit us up on playback. If you want to, you can call us up. 863-10899. If you want on Zoom, it's 632-899-0899.
All right. So
More of Coach Chappie in a bit after I pee.
Tony, Slick, Gino, and Tin. Boys Night Out. Magic 89.9.
Magic 9.9, today's best music. It is What's Good Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I can't believe it's Wednesday. I feel
Feeling ko talaga Thursday today.
Thursday. Well, what I felt like today, with so much that I did,
Parang birthday mo today eh.
I felt like you're not showing up and leaving me all by
I
myself.
told you yesterday that I wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah, but still, you said you promised that. Yeah,
I didn't promise.
You promised me.
Excuse me.
You promised me.
I don't.
Okay. Anyways, we do have Coach Chappie. We're
Let's
talking
get to
about
some questions on playback.
nutrition. We're talking about weightlifting,
Fitness.
fitness. I think we've even gone with calorie deficit to mobility, resistance training. I want to talk about these zones. I hear people like kanina, nag-zone 2 ka ba? Zone 3? Si Jojo, Twilight Zone, has no idea what we're talking about.
Ibang zone naman.
Twilight Zone of Purik.
What are these zones? And
Yeah.
how important is it to be in
In a zone.
In a zone. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys have heard of Zone 2. Kasi Zone 2, the mythical fat burning zone.
Okay.
Okay, so to a certain extent, yes, but you have to prolong your stay in Zone 2, which is hard, right then?
So how do you get to Zone 2?
Okay, so one of the best ways is uphill walking.
Okay.
Incline walking.
Incline.
Yeah.
So on a treadmill,
Yes.
mag-incline ka all the way and then boom.
Yeah, then tuloy-tuloy mo lang
Okay.
for as long as you can. And then you can monitor your heart rate. So Zone 2 is about 60 to 70% of your max heart rate.
And this is what, 5-10 minutes on the treadmill?
As long as you can?
No, actually, you want to get there. You want to do 20 or more.
20 or more.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
want to get into that fat, because when you think about how the body uses energy, the first and most often used is of course carbohydrates.
Carbs.
Yeah. So carbohydrates, where is it stored? So carbohydrates are stored in your muscle and your liver. Okay, so if that the reason why the body likes carbohydrates is because mabilis yung pag-process ng carbohydrates para maging energy. Matagal mag-process ng fat.
Yun.
Kaya nga, if you're only working out for 4 minutes or 5, you've heard of that before, you're not really burning fat. You're burning carbohydrates. When you sprint, you're burning carbohydrates. When you lift weights, in the set, you're burning carbohydrates or you're using, the proper term is really using carbohydrates. Kaya, if you want to get into the quote-unquote fat-burning zone, you have to sustain the activity for a longer period of time. Reason why, if you weigh a marathoner before a race and after a race, they are significantly lighter, di ba? They lose weight. They lose a lot of weight. So they burn muscle and fat because they've reached kumbaga, ubus na yung carbs nila eh. So now and then they have to, the way it works, carbs first, and then kapag ubus na yung carbs, parang from primera, magiging segunda, magiging fat. So fat naman ngayon. Pag maubos yung fat, ano next? Muscle na. Kaya yung kaya pag makita mo after your marathon, parang kang tuyot-tuyot.
Lahat
ubos. Ubos talaga. Yeah. Of course, it's relative. Kung malaki ka, di siyempre, di mo mapapansin yung tuyo. Pero fat burning, you wanna be at least 20 minutes or even more na continuous activity.
Okay.
So it has to be continuous. It cannot be na interval.
Okay.
So if you want to get into that, the benefits of that, of course, is the substrate that you use is fat more, but you're still using carbohydrates to a certain extent. It's not, you can't really tell your body, oh, taba naman. Let's use fat naman.
Right.
Yeah, that's not how it works. So, yun, and then you have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. Zone 5 is the highest, 90 to 100%. So, just do 10% each. So, zone 1 is 50 to 60, 60 to 70, zone 2, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, etc. If you wear a tracker, like a
fitness tracker?
Fitness tracker, then lahat yan, meron yan na built-in na zones. And you can see already, because it's just your heart rate. It doesn't need to track what you're doing, it's just tracking your heart rate.
Okay.
So whatever it is you're doing,
it's tracking it.
So if you wear it to bed, Jo, makikita mo rin yan.
Cass says, Coach, what are the average steps for a person to be, I guess, fit or at least be
your 10K.
Yeah. So
10K a day.
10,000 steps a day. You've all heard of that. But if you are starting at, let's say, 2, kunyari, kasi you'll know
2 steps, okay.
2,000. If you wear those fitness trackers, then you can find out your trends.
Okay.
Then add 1,000 per week. So if you're starting at 2,000, next week 3,000, next week 4,000, until you reach 10,000. Iba-iba sa tayo sitwasyon eh. Iba sa atin, you don't have access to UP, na maganda yung palalakad.
Sidewalks,
sidewalks are bad. So
might
it's
get
hard.
run over.
It seems so easy, but it's so hard to do in the Philippines.
It is.
So.
Another question is, in regards to people we see on social media, Coach, who are constantly working out, doing the healthy living lifestyle, what do these people don't show in front of the cameras?
Ang lalim ng tanong na to
Kasi parang yung mga tao sa social media portrays lifestyle na unachievable for, I guess this person does not work out, or in a sense, or unless work mo talaga is...
Yeah.
I guess for people who have a 9 to 5, it's really hard to carve out time.
Like here, the people here, we have 9 to 5. So
we have a 9 to 12.
Tough.
Ang late na guys Hindi ako sanay dito.
Kami rin.
Gusto mo, take over?
No, pero great point, Tone. So if you see, for example, who played Thor again? What's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. If you look at his body, whoa. Parang,
Yeah.
every guy would want to have that body, but you have to understand that's his living. He's being paid millions of dollars to look that way.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do everything in your power to look that way.
Okay.
So for anybody who's working 9 to 5, that's just not gonna be realistic.
Okay.
So to answer your question, they're showing you just the highlights.
Okay.
Parang basketball game. You're seeing the highlights of it.
Siyempre, di pinapakita yung turnovers, di ba?
End result.
Yeah. So you're seeing the end result. You might not see what's going on behind the scenes. You might not see what they're doing. That might be unethical to some degree. They might be taking some illegal substances.
Extra stuff to burn.
Yeah. So that's why I don't really like mga... medyo sore point. Kasi you want to be as realistic and as attainable as possible on social media. Parang it does more harm than good, in my opinion. I've talked about this before. Parang,
Kaya ako, pag ng reels, yung mga girls na work, ayoko talaga eh.
Nilalampasan mo. Nire-report mo, tas block.
Report lang yung mga training, yung mga sports bra. Ayoko ng ganyan.
Pero just
Report.
save na lang.
Report ang po.
Yung mga spandex na puwet, yung tong nila nakalawit.
Tapos magagalit sila, no?
I can't work out like that. Like, I can't focus.
You're an idiot.
But if you are on social media, if you are one of these people na you post for a living, because these guys do it for a living.
Yeah.
So, all is fair. Do it to inspire people na lang. I said this before, inspire and don't educate.
Okay.
There's a difference between the two.
Yes.
Parang tell your story. Parang tell your story. This is what I do to look this way.
Okay.
Be real about it.
Okay.
Of course, people are not gonna listen to me about that. Pero be as real as you possibly can. Okay? I wake up at this time in the morning to achieve this kind of body.
Yeah.
If you want to see this for yourself, then do it. This
Isn't
is what
that
I
like
do.
Mark Wahlberg? 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Then they play golf like an hour.
Yeah. I mean, because he's rich.
Yeah.
He
Kind of legacy.
He can afford that.
Yeah, he
life.
can live that
And then
life.
meron pa tayong mga Pinoy who live they work in the evening.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Diba?
I have a friend that works. So
Night shift.
he works night shift.
Slick Rick ba to? Okay.
Late
Kasi late.
May night difference.
Wala.
But also, he has another shift in the morning. And so what he does what he did was he would work 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Damn,
workout
haba.
for 2 weeks. So he does shifting.
Yeah.
2 weeks night, 2 weeks day. So he would work out.
Man, that's difficult.
And
on
I
the
told
body.
him,
That's
you might get
hard.
injured.
Not only injured,
Because he
man.
does the 24-hour gyms, right? So I'm like, even if it's 24 hours, your body is like, it's adjusting to 2 weeks night shift, and then you're doing 2 weeks day shift without
That's
rest
hard.
after work at night. Wala siya sa surge.
That's hard. I mean, I don't envy. That's a difficult situation to be in.
Yeah.
Because the body
needs rest, right?
No, but the body craves routine.
Okay.
There's a reason why you should sleep at 10. Where's the body? There's a reason. 11:30. There's a reason why.
Can we write a memo?
Sabi ng health expert.
Just saying.
Yeah, because the body recovers optimally between the hours of 10 to 6.
Okay.
So if you sleep at 10 and wake up at 6, I mean, I should listen to my own advice.
That's the circadian rhythm.
Yes. That's why it's difficult when I speak, because we are in the corporate wellness industry, my company. So we have gyms.
Okay.
We put them in the offices, and we have people coming in at 3 in the morning, 1 in the morning.
Okay.
Our philosophy there is, it's parang if
counterproductive.
It has to be balanced.
Okay.
Because no activity is still bad. So parang it's the lesser of two evils.
Okay.
At least you're getting some form of activity. However, you're not supposed to be working out between 10 to 6. Your body has to be resting.
Yes.
But iba yung sitwasyon ng ibang tao. People have to work.
People
night shift. They need it, diba?
Yeah.
So, for somebody who's doing night shift, it's better to actually work out in the morning after your shift. So for example, if you're working from, what did you do before? 6 to 8? Parang 6 to 4? Yeah, you would end work at 4.
4 a.m.
Yeah, that's what she used to be a night shift before.
Okay.
So end work at 4, work out at 5. Work out at, better than...
So morning
Yeah,
talaga.
better to work out during the daytime.
When the sun is up.
Yeah, exactly. Even for somebody who's 9 to 5,
Okay.
get your workout done as quickly as possible. Try not to extend the workout closer to 9, 10 in the evening.
So yung mga itong mga night crawlers.
Night crawlers.
Night crawlies.
Iba yung alam ko, night crawler.
Yan din yun.
Nag-active
Yan din yun.
sila when the
Si
sun
Toad yan.
when the sun is down.
Okay.
Masama yun pala. It should be really morning.
Morning routine.
Masama yun.
It's not optimal. Yun na lang. I mean, it's always better than nothing, but it's not optimal.
It's not optimal.
Ito si Apple on playback. Sabi niya, Coach, I used to do HIIT before I had surgery. What routine would you recommend to help me get back into working out? So kaka-surgery niya lang. Apple, can you tell us what surgery this was?
If it's a bone or joint surgery, then you would have to first get clearance from your doctor to resume activity. If it's the knee, the ankle, the hip, you have to go through proper therapy first, because the worst thing that you can do is to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Especially if you just came from surgery. There are people who are professionals. Do not look at YouTube for that.
Yeah.
You need to
Just don't Google it,
don't
okay?
ask ChatGPT for that, guys.
Help me.
GPT nyo. Si Ulala says, is a weighted jump rope considered resistance training? Weighted jump rope, yeah. I just bought the rope beast.
I've heard of that.
That's
so weighted,
crazy.
so mabigat yung jump rope for those who are listening. So when you look at that, what muscle are you working? It's really just your forearms and your wrists. So when you jump rope, hindi ka naman ganun mag-jump rope.
Yeah.
So it's really just...
Oh, Jojo, baka okay yan sa'yo, wrist.
He just worked out.
Nag-jump rope. Nag-jump rope ako.
You like that?
Pandemic. Jump rope kami.
Nag-jump rope ako.
Paano?
Ganun lang.
Pero for people who do jump rope, that's considered a plyometric exercise. You're really
Because of the
hopping.
jumps.
You're jumping, diba? So especially when you're doing the 2 feet at a time.
Yeah.
If you're doing like a skip, like 1, 2, 1, 2, then it's different. But if you're doing 2 feet at a time, that's a low impact plyometric exercise. Problema, you're doing it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, ganun. So that's a lot of repetitions. So be careful about your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Just again.
Nauso din yan for a while, no? Pero medyo nawala na dahil nag-running na lahat.
Pandemic, and dami nagbumili.
Yeah, kasi yun lang yung pwede mo magawa in a small space.
They're very similar. Running and jump rope. Maraming repetitions. So again, I always go back to resistance training. You need to strengthen your muscles to support the activity that you wanna do.
There you guys, if you guys are starting something, resistance training talaga.
There you go.
And where are your gyms located,
okay.
Coach?
Yes.
Or if companies want to get
Yeah.
and put gyms within
So
their building.
we still do have one commercial gym, 360. That's in Tech Tight,
Okay.
4th floor West Tower. It's not ours, we're the operators, but we can have clients there.
Okay.
And it's open to the public. But 360 Fit Teams, we are really now in corporate wellness. So what we do is if you're a part of a company, or if you are HR of the company, and if you need a wellness program, that's where we come in.
Okay.
So we do everything from classes to talks to nutrition workshops. We actually have a program where we teach you how to cook, teach you how to prepare your meals, teach you how to go to the grocery and actually
Galing.
choose
Okay.
the right food for you. And then, of course, if you have a space for a gym in your office or building, we can outfit the gym for you. There. So, yeah. And
How do they
How
contact you?
Okay, so again, thanks guys for having me. Instagram would be the easiest way, at Chappy Calianta. You can also visit me in UP. So shout out to UP OASD, where I'm the head of high performance department. So if you wanna consult for sports or for exercise, if it's for nutrition, I will point you to my nutritionist partner para siya na bahala sa inyo. But at Chappy Calianta, I do online training, I do face-to-face training, and I do workshops, seminars, and talks.
Yan.
And all the good stuff.
I saw you with Gary Valenciano. Si Gary.
Shout out Tito Gary.
Tito
I
Gary.
think
Tito Gary.
He's
Ang
gonna
tibay
be-
ni Tito Gary.
he's preparing now for Joseph the Dreamer.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Did I spoil that, Tito Gary? I hope not.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I think
no,
it's out now.
they
So I think it's coming out soon. So he's currently preparing for that. So Tito Gary, one of my longest
Pero
running
ang
clients.
tibay niya, no?
Yeah.
Biking.
That's a whole different story.
May
Tito
diabetes pa
Gary-
siya.
That dude, he's
Jabetes.
Japanese.
May Jabetes pa siya.
That's with a J.
Siya nakikita ko lang nagpo-biking tapos nag-shot siya.
Oh, yeah.
Happened. I mean, I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. I used to play basketball with him like back in the day, and he would stop, and everyone was just like, "What's he doing? He's gonna
Insulin.
insulin, right? Just during the game."
Yeah. Tito Gary is very much into golf also now.
Nice.
Grabe. Ang lakas, ang taas niya tumalon eh.
Taas ito man, nakadunk dati yan.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this guy is something else.
He's a physical
Goals.
specimen.
Yeah. He's one of a kind actually, considering what he's going
I
through.
think he's 60 na. I think he just turned 60. So,
Yeah,
shout out
60.
Tito Gary and
Wow.
good luck sa Joseph the Dreamer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you guys learned something new.
Yeah. Always. Anything about
Great knowledge drop. Thank you.
health and fitness and wellness is a big thing right now.
Yeah.
So it's always great for experts to come on the show.
Can I shout out my wife?
Of course.
Hanif.
Mommy Bits. Is there anyone else you want to greet? Like your partners?
Oh yeah, of course. Shout out sa 360 Fit Teams. Also, I just wanna ahead of time, we're actually launching a new gym for a client of ours. It's gonna be near here. It's called Fight League.
Fight League?
Fight League, yeah. So
Okay.
medyo maaga yun. Shout out. Hello. Fight. Baka 90s eh.
Shout it out.
Shout out.
Hello to my friends sa UPIS Batch 2002 and also sa CHK, all of the teachers and students from College of Human Kinetics and UP Diliman.
Where's that fight league gonna be?
It's gonna be near Lourdes School of Mandaluyong.
Oh, really?
I forgot the name of the building, but it's in front of it on the other side, going towards Podium. Yeah.
Going
So
towards
it's on. I forgot what that name is. The name of the street is. Pero Lourdes, going towards Podium, going towards.
Okay.
Yeah, alam natin yan.
That's
Yeah.
Julia Vargas, and then that's
Yeah, so Julio Vargas, and that's
Yeah,
the intersection.
yeah.
A big intersection. That road.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's not Temple, eh, no?
No, it's
No.
is that?
Basta it's
Di ba Lourdes?
Jade there.
Hindi.
What is it?
Jade.
Sino na baka binok mo lang si Jade.
Ibang Jade Road.
Sino si Jade?
Pero malaki yun, di ba Pearl? Di ba yun yung
Pearl
mga...
Jade, oh.
He's on Pearl Drive.
Yeah, it's opening on August 15. So it's a boxing and MMA and strength and conditioning show.
Damn.
Okay, so it's the building before Podium.
No, it's closer to show.
Closer to Shaw. Okay.
Basta figure.
Basta daw, i-waste nyo na lang.
We'll share it. Fight League. Yeah.
Fight League. Okay. We'll
Jojo, that's
look
for
on
you.
Instagram.
Fight League.
Fight League, yeah.
Okay,
Who should I fight?
Damn!
Yourself.
Samboy G ulit. Di ba yung suntukan nyo dito?
Let's fight with Sama.
Fight yourself.
I missed you.
Hey, it's near your work.
What do you...
For St. Francis siya.
St. Francis, yeah, banda.
yeah.
Mega Mall.
Mega Mall.
Sa likod lang.
Bagay ka doon sa fight.
Yeah, there you go. May ano.
Pwede.
Suntukan kayo.
Coach Chappy.
Oo, kayo ni Coach Chappy.
One round lang.
Peace lang.
Sinasabi na namin ngayon pa lang, our final song will go out to Coach Chappy and to Mommy Bits.
Okay.
Our final song is
yeah, we're
always,
targeted-
it's the most requested, Lupang Hinirang.
Most played. This is Magic 89.9.
Tony, Slick, Gino, and 10. Boys Night Out. Magic 89.9.